Today there was 11 open micers, myself as the guest, and a room full of people who'd just come to listen, who said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not performing it." I said, "Don't apologise, it's amazing, just sit back and enjoy it."
Wonderful to see so many people come out reading or listening to poetry. The amount of people who've come up and said they would never have dreamed of going to an event like this, and how much pleasure they've got out of it and how stimulating they found it.
I've been writing poetry only for the last 2 years, after I went to a series of workshops with John Lindy. It was so interesting to learn about all the different kinds of poetry, and to be able to pick one out that suits you and for it to flow is really exciting. Newspaper critic, mischievous mimic, unselfish mother like no other.
National Poetry Day is a fantastic time to just take one day where everybody together celebrates the amazing power of poetry and words. And to be honest, if you've only ever experienced poetry in a book, you're missing out on something, because there's more than just reading a book. There is this delight in hearing other people's hearts in their poetry.
There's been a wide range of things. People have talked about growing up, they've talked about things that are very personal to them, about losing wives, husbands, they've talked about work, they've talked about friendships. It unleashes the inhibitions from people, I think, and it enables people to say something that perhaps they wouldn't talk about normally, but to put it down on a piece of paper and share it with people feels okay.
Someone who'll keep a secret, on whom you can rely, rather than ever let you down, you know would rather die. And as you go along life's way, or if your life should end, whatever would your life have been without that dear true friend? Thank you so much. Well, I chose my poem about the friends because most of the people here today have lost their wives or their husbands, and we rely on our friends quite a lot. So I thought that we'd be very apt to do that poem while I'm here today. It was quite an experience for me, really. I don't usually do that kind of thing, but still I did the best I could.
She helps me wash or take a shower, then potters around for half an hour. There's your socks, they're on your knee, not on your feet where they ought to be. I found my socks. Let's just hope Lisa comes again tomorrow.
I never thought it was possible to stand there and face people like that and just come out with it. It's been wonderful, it really has.
The most important piece of advice I would give is just play about with words, and play about with words for yourself, and maybe you can at some point share it with people. Just have fun with it.
The way she finished it off, she put head of a panda on and did a rap. That's lovely for me, because that's so different listening to that sort of poetry.
I want to be, you want the words and the moves and Muhammad Ali, but you sting like a butterfly and float like a bee. You can't catch me. I don't care because your rep's been ripped by a panda bear.
I think anybody who just wandered into this would have been surprised to hear some of those people were standing and so-called performing rather than just sharing a poem around a table for the very first time. And I think that's incredibly liberating. It must do wonders for people's confidence and feelings of well-being.
Some people come to poetry through when they're going through traumatic things. They may have had a breakup or a bereavement or whatever, and they suddenly find words that they didn't know they had. But it's about connecting through words and reveling in the language and that communicating on a very subtle but powerful way.